Hey, greetings, J Buck here from the channel Change for Life. And guys, here on our channel Change for Life, our desires are to always looking to add value to our viewers by giving them specific principles and guidelines and insights that specifically deal with building yourself by changing any mental patterns or habits that would prevent you from succeeding in life. Whether those patterns be day-to-day endeavors, facing life challenges, or even business ventures, whatever that may be to you, we're here to help you. In this video, we're going to be speaking on the topic of the habits of thoughts and changing the mind. Stay tuned. Hey, glad you're back. Hey, all the results in your life right now are reflections of what is going on in your mind. Your behavior is a direct result of your beliefs or your habits of thought. There are two types of beliefs: explicit beliefs and there are beliefs that you can declare. Now, if you can declare it by saying, I believe that I can, then that's an explicit belief. If you say, I believe I could be successful, that's an explicit thought or explicit pattern. However, we know that there are other types of beliefs that are happening in our brain right now that are unconscious or implicit. And these are deeply rooted beliefs. Now, if you have beliefs that say that you aren't able to accomplish for this whatever reason that it may be in your unconscious, and you're saying you can, this will and can create what is known as a chaotic vibration or a double binding message in the mind, or a neurological message that's what we call a binding agreement. Think of it this way: as a radio station that's tuned in on a rock station, and on the one on the right, and then on the left you got one sitting right beside it that's tuned in with hip hop. Now, there isn't any harmony between these two radio stations, and this right here is something known as what the scientists call as a neuroresonance. And this is to be in harmony with your vibrations. Hear me. And when you're in harmony with your vibrations and your explicit or your implicit beliefs are in harmony with each other, it's called neuroresonance. Now, with the law of vibration, in order to achieve the right attractions, we have to be in neuroresonance. And that has to be spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically, to attract what we really desire in life. Usually these aren't in harmony with what we say we want, and how we have a deeply rooted belief that's not congruent and integrated. We have to be in resonance with what we really want to achieve and what we really want to attract. The Pareto law, it states that it's most people call it the 80-20 rule. It states that 20% of your activities will garner 80% of your results or your income. The Parkinson's law is different. The Parkinson's law states that you will accomplish what you need to accomplish in the time that you allot yourself to accomplish it. That's the Parkinson's law. What that means, you will set a goal and focus on the highest money impact producing activity daily. And you'll create deadlines to create an internal thrust mechanism that will motivate you to move you toward that particular goal. Now, most are wired to do what is convenient because we are conditioned to take the path of least resistance. That's the way the mind normally works. Now, we have to develop ritual on a daily activity that produces the highest income producing activity if it's a business endeavor or some other goal that we specify that we're going to reach. We have to set goals. Now, we have to start on this and do it for the first 90 minutes of the day when our brain's in the most active alpha state. Now, what is your highest income activity that you need to work on daily? Or your highest activity that you need to concentrate on to get the job done in whatever specific it is. Now you got to do that 90 minutes, your first portion of your day, as it is set aside a time, and you got to stick to it. In other words, we have to eliminate procrastination by a 4-step process. And let's talk about that 4-step process. All right, the 4 R's. Number 1 is we have to recognize. You have to recognize your emotions. You imagine how you feel when you see that you're messed up in the time factor. Number 2, the second R is reframe the meaning of your actual instances to release a negative or unpleasant emotional charge that keeps you attached. Number 3, the third R is relief. Take a couple of rhythmic deep breaths with your eyes closed and through your mouth and out your nose about 10 times for about 45 seconds. Now this right here, what it does is it deactivates the fear sensor in the brain, and it lowers the firing threshold of your nerve cell that sends automatic messages that causes you to stop taking action and causes you to not have motivation and to feel a certain way. Number 4, the fourth R is refrain from you have to refrain, and you got to say, I can do this. I am smart enough. You have to start reproducing thoughts and habits that are not classified as good or bad, or either they're classified as constructed or deconstructed because you're a creature. See, the key is we have to learn to let go of the cause that creates the effects. See, the brain, the way our brain learns is it's easier to survive if it's connected to an emotion or a thought or a behavior or a perception or an idea. It creates a pattern in our brain. And the simple way to understand is that these patterns are and will be connected to a cell that each time we do anything, we create a branch that connects to another. And this is called a neural pathway. And if something is repeated, it's easier for the brain to send a message down the same pathway. It's known by some scientists that it wires and fires the same path. Now, when you continue the certain behavior and it becomes automatic and you don't have to think about it anymore, the brain just fire down the same pathway or randomly continue to do what you always done. It becomes automatic, or it becomes a habit. Now see, scientists have a term they call automaticity. It's a road that's in the brain that is easier for a signal to travel. And once you create that neural pathway, the brain doesn't have to expend any conscious energy thinking about what to do, like brushing your teeth or combing your hair, stuff like that. You don't even have to think about it. That's the pathway that's already created in your brain. And something like that is routines that happen that don't have to be thought about before you do them. You see, we have to learn how to recognize what triggers a behavior. When we recognize what triggers a behavior, then every habit that we do, we'll have to understand it has 3 components to it. And let's talk about those 3 components. Number 1, there's always something that triggers a behavior. Always. Number 2, that's the actual behavior itself. And number 3, this is what's important. The brain releases dopamine that appease that behavior. And now, that's what causes it habitually. See, you'll never outperform your self-image. Our competition will always be our ability to stay focused and stay alignment with our thoughts patterns. The RAS system is a group of cells that it connects us with our 5 senses, and it's a traffic control that makes a determination whether what we're doing is important or not. Look at anything that is dangerous or life-threatening. The brain operates 400 billion bits a second. And as it begins to operate and wire and fire toward those things, anything that you say that you want to make a part of your reality, so if your brain picks it up, it times about something in your brain, and it will always pick up and be aware of everything that will support what is consciously or subconsciously you're focusing on. Whether it be danger, whether it be something important, your brain is going to pick up and focus on that. And it's going to put it in your memory bank and attach it to your physical world. Now, there are 3 steps to achieve what you really want. And here's number 1. You have to retrain your brain to have a different belief system. You have to upgrade your knowledge and skills. Because every time you put in new knowledge and new skill, you're taught to master your emotions and retrain your brain. Number 2, you have to retrain your brain also to see things that isn't visible. You have to write your goals down, in other words, or you have to visualize with emotions involved. Number 3, retrain your brain to have a habits that will produce the most high producing activity every day. Retrain your brain to do that. See, your emotions have to be mastered. You have to sometimes even change your circle of influence. I hope this video has helped you, because the key to mastering and accomplishing success in every area of your life is going to be the changing of your mind. And if this video has helped you, if you understand some of the principles that we're talking about how to change your habits of thoughts and how to change your mind, hey, do me a favor, go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you hadn't already. And if you're on my blog, hey, go ahead, email us some questions and concerns and insights about what you think about there at changeforlife@gmail.com. Hey, go ahead, like our channel. We look forward to sending you every Thursday. We're going to be putting out a video that's going to be teaching you about the very concepts and principles and things. And remember this, definitely is your desire and your choice to empower yourself to learn and develop and to create actions in your life that make a difference in your change for life. James Buckley, I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Again, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. We look forward to seeing you on the internet.